Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer here. So in my last video I showed some sharp practice riflemen. I mentioned that I'm not painting at the moment because I've broken my arm unfortunately, so I promised that I would do another army reveal. They seem to be quite popular on the channel. Unfortunately it takes years to paint an army, so I'm sort of getting towards the bottom. I've showed you all my Napoleonic stuff and some of my ancients. So we'll switch target today and go back to World War II. So as you can see, this is a Deutsche Afrika Korps, Perry miniatures. Yeah, every single thing here is Perry miniatures. I started building this for bolt action. I got the army list, and I like one of the army lists had a lot of kind of recon stuff. So you'll see I've got lots of bikes with sidecars, individual bikes, a 222 at the back, and some recon armoured Kubel wagon as well. I like the kind of the idea of that, the theme of that. And then I'm not so keen on bolt action as a game. I started playing in Chain of Command. I've only actually ever used this once in a battle. It's probably some of the best stuff I've painted actually. I got some really good colours from someone on the internet that I kind of copied. The only thing that's missing is I haven't put anything else on the base other than kind of, you know, the standard flock and dry brush, and I kind of could do with some sort of deserty tufts. So I did buy some actually, but I trialled them and I wasn't so sure. And I haven't played Chain of Command for years as well, so this army's been in my cabinet for a long time. But it's some of the best stuff I've ever painted actually. So I want to kind of share that with you guys. So let's just go through the army itself as I try to shift hand with a broken arm. So let's go from the back. So might get these wrong. So we've got Panzer III. Everything's freehand on here. I didn't use any transfers, which unfortunately you can tell a little bit. Not so sure about that 3. Although the Afrika Korps sign looks pretty cool. And a Panzer II as well. So I didn't want to go crazy heavy. I do have an early war Tiger 1, which you know would be good in the Western Desert, but I haven't painted that up yet, and maybe I don't intend to. I've also got a couple of trucks and stuff as well, but again I don't have those painted up. Really pleased with how they came out. Looking back on these, it's a bit like memory lane. I haven't actually looked at these for probably a couple of years, but I don't know if you guys can see that on his epaulets and his cap. He's got the pink. So German tank crewmen in World War II used to have pink flashings on their epaulets. I've also got a couple of tank crewmen as well, who you can use for kind of like bailed out figures in the game as well. You can see the Afrika Korps badge there that's been freehand painted as well. Pretty chuffed with that. Yeah, I've got a 222, ubiquitous, one of my favourite models. Really good piece of kit for the game. In terms of support, so I've got they do a really good, again they're all Perry miniatures, kind of tripod mounted MG42 with quite a large crew. And in Chain of Command you need quite big crews for your guns as well, so there's 5 people in total. I even painted the eyeballs on these, you can just about see, look a bit googly eyed. And I freehanded the, I'm not sure what it's called, but the Afrika Korps used to have like a kind of a wrist band. So all the figures have got like a freehand painted Afrika Korps wristband, and I've painted the markings on the helmets as well on the side, you can see. So that's kind of a heavy machine gun, again a really good piece for the game. Over here we have another support piece. We've got another, I think it's an 81mm mortar. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but these are all metals. It's a really good piece. Where should we go next? So they kind of, yeah, this is from the bolt action rule set, where I think you could have 8 kind of motorcycle mounted troops, and then if they dismount anyway, you've got 6 figures. So that'll be quite cool to have in the game. And as you can see, I've got 2 motorcycle sidecar kind of combinations and one like just single motorcycle with 2 guys on it. So that's an 8-man. Is that 8-man? That's 6-man, isn't it? I'm adding up wrong. So yeah, but that was quite a cool thing for the game that I never actually played before I moved into Chain of Command, but I think they look really cool. Also on that kind of recon element, Perry Miniatures do an awesome recon kind of Kubel wagon with the guy with a machine gun at the back and a couple of character figures. I did have a bit of freehand kind of license plate painting as well. I think they look really cool. Bits of pieces on the back. So we've got some baggage and some helmets and some spare magazines and fuel jerry cans. They also do the Kuba wagon, which is like a command figure. It's probably really useful for scenarios and kind of objectives. We've got like a kind of a staffer driving and a senior officer in the back as well. So they look pretty cool together. Other than that, so 4 squads. So for me, a squad is 6 riflemen, an MG team, so 2 people, and a sergeant with an MP40. So there's one squad. There's the second squad. Really like that sergeant who's kind of pointing over his shoulder there, if that comes into focus. There he is. There's my third squad. I think I was getting towards the end of the box set and just struggling to kind of get all the things made, so I kind of did a minor bit of kit bashing with this MG team here. I've got an old crate from a bits box, and I think that looks pretty cool how he's firing on that. It does mean he has to carry him around with him on the battlefield, but you know, such is life. And the fourth team as well, so we've got a 4th squad there. There's some really good poses of guys throwing grenades as well. I think that looks really cool. Just about to pull the pin on that before he throws it. What else do we have? Yeah, you get a mini kind of mortar. I don't know if it's a 2-inch mortar. So there's a guy there holding it down prone, and his support next to him there with some extra shells for the unit. And last but not least, we have the command figures. So quite a lot of these are useful in the game itself. So we've got an officer at the front there with his pistol, it is Luger, and another kind of dynamically posed kind of senior officer, so maybe perhaps a sergeant as well. So they can get a good 1 and 2 ICs for the force itself. Radio operator, I think he looks really cool. Helmet off so he can get his headset on, and his helmet's just on his radio set in front of him there. You can see with his band on his sleeve. There's an AT gunner. Sorry, this is really difficult with an arm in a sling. So I'm getting in focus. Yeah, we've got an AT gunner as well, useful in the game. And then just some spare extra guys, so another couple of MP40 guys. So if you're in a game when you've got a few points spare, you can beef up some of the rifle squads with MP40s if you want more of a close combat centered force. So you can see the helmet decal that I've painted on, that's all freehand on this guy here. So 2 MP40s and another guy here is probably quite useful for a sentry. He's got an interesting pose. He's also a rifleman as well if you're missing a spare rifleman. So that's it. That's my Deutsche Afrika Korps World War II force. Again, probably some of the best stuff I've ever painted. I think I'm really pleased with those. I do have an 8th Army force ready to be painted, still in boxes, and they've been there for a good few years now. This is pretty much done. I think the only things that I mentioned I have a Tiger. I've got one of those kind of artillery aft tracks and a truck as well. And I've also got a pack. I'm not sure which one it is, the bigger one. I think it's a 43, pack 43 anti-tank gun. But this is it. That gives me lots of options, lots of core infantry, a couple of tanks, and a lot of recon elements, because that's kind of the flavour I wanted the force to go with. So that's it. I do have other chain of command forces, quite a few actually. Maybe I'll bring in future videos. But if you like this kind of content, please do like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.